What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers are over 500, and we didn't have to wait till midway through the season, right, to finally get that. And the Lakers ended the Clippers' reign over the Lakers as far as regular season goes, right? Little brother has had the upper hand the last 11 games. Well, the Lakers decided to play like the big brother, go out and get that win. It was a beautiful thing. And now the Lakers look to face the Orlando Magic once again. Now, that was a game that didn't go quite as planned. Now, look, Orlando is a young, scrappy team that wants to prove themselves this year, right? This is a team that really wants to make some strides. They're same record, 3-2. They're a team that is trying not to miss the playoffs or be a play-in team. This is a team that is actively trying to make the actual playoffs and maybe make some noise in the playoffs. Maybe be that surprise team that just comes out of left field and at least gives one of the better teams some trouble, some struggles. Right? Orlando, they are a team, and I've talked about this in the past. They've had like a month stretch or like a 10-game stretch, like the last 2 or 3 years, where they have been one of the best teams on both sides of the basketball. Like best offense, best defense for like a small little sample size. And it just kind of feels like when's that time that they finally put that together for an entirety of a season. They have the shooting, they have size, they have basically everything, right? They are a very good young team that have some nice pieces, and they got off blazing in that first game. Right, we had the lead at the end of the first quarter, which was nice, but then all of a sudden that second quarter, they just really just kind of took off. Ended up having a lead at halftime, and then it was just kind of this like back and forth, and then the Lakers ended up getting that win. Right. I hope that this is a game that the first quarter goes like how the first game did, where the Lakers were, up 29-24 at the end of the first, but then in the second quarter, don't lose 34-25, right? And then, they're just having this back and forth going into the fourth quarter. Like, I would rather and prefer that the Lakers start locked down, have that energy, have that intensity, and go get that first win on the road. The Lakers have this beginning of this Florida road trip, right? They got the Orlando Magic, and then they follow that up with the Miami Heat. And I don't want to see the Lakers constantly losing these road games. The Lakers are 3-2, but all three of their wins have been at home. Even the Clipper game was a home game for the Lakers. I know that they're always at home in that arena, but no, like they were actually listed as the home team. And so right now they are 3-2 at home with their two losses coming on the road. If you're going to be a real contender and you're going to be a team that is going to win an NBA championship, which I do believe the Lakers are, then you got to win on the road, right? How did the Lakers get to the conference finals? They won games on the road. Every series except for the one series that they didn't, and they ended up losing that series. So we got to start rattling off some road wins here, and I think Orlando would be a great place to start and get us 2 games over 500, and then kind of keep riding this wave. The next 12 games, 10 of them are extremely winnable. And then you have 2 of them that could be a little tough, right? You got one against the Phoenix Suns, stuff like that, right? So and that's a road game. But the Lakers need to lock down, do what they do, right? And not just in the fourth quarter. Right? We see the Lakers just turn it on in the fourth. And it's just like you don't have to do that if you play the way we know you could play throughout the entirety of the game. Right? And then you don't have to rely on LeBron to play 41 minutes for you to squeak out a win. Right? The Lakers should win this game. This is a very winnable game. Right? D'Angelo Russell, I expect to continue his great play. He gave us 28 last time he played Orlando, and that was kind of the first game in which he woke up. I'm hoping that continues. Austin Reeves as well. Right? He kind of reemerged there at the end of the Clippers game. I'm hoping that was kind of like the sign, the precursor that like he's back and he can kind of deliver us some quality minutes rather than looking completely unplayable, especially against Orlando. Like, this is a game where our guards should be able to have that huge impact, as we saw with D'Angelo Russell. And so I need to see that. I don't want LeBron to have to play 35 minutes for us to beat the Orlando Magic. I don't mind it here and there, right? Like, it's the NBA, right? You're going to have those good games. You're going to have those bad games. You're the Lakers, so you're always going to have teams showing up to try to beat you, even the worst teams in the league, right? So, you're going to have that game where, you're playing the Memphis Grizzlies or something like that. And, they're terrible, but, they're just have a hot night and you're just trying to stay afloat, right? And not get blown out so that way you can close out and win at the end, right? Those are the kind of things that just happen over the course of a season. But when you're talking about like game in and game out, LeBron shouldn't have to do that, right? Like, more times than not, he should be able to play 30 minutes. That's why you have all this depth. That's why you have all this talent, right? And if other guys start stepping up, then LeBron won't have to do that. Now, obviously, against teams like the Phoenix Suns or, the Milwaukee Bucks or the Boston Celtics or the Denver Nuggets or whatever, those are the games that you're probably going to need LeBron to play 35 minutes, right? And that's justifiable. That's understandable. But we need to do a better job of getting leads early and keeping them, because otherwise you're doing what we're doing the last handful of games that we've played. Like, all the games except for Orlando, we're playing catch up, right? And 3 of the 5 games we played, we've had double-digit deficits. That can't be happening on a regular basis, because now you're playing catch up. Like that Clipper game, down 20 or 19 or whatever it was at the high. And now you're just scratching and clawing the rest of the game just to try to one, not get blown out, and two, to maybe put yourself in a position to win late. And luckily the Lakers were able to do that in that game. But look, LeBron has been ridiculous. And if LeBron keeps playing the way he's playing, and he plays, I don't even think he necessarily needs to play 65 games. I think if he plays 58 games, I think they'll give him the MVP, right? But it would be nice if he didn't have to play the way he's played, right? Or LeBron's kind of picking and choosing and kind of coasting throughout most of the game and kind of saving himself for the fourth quarter. But it would be nice if he doesn't have to worry about that and he can go get his 20 points early, because he knows everyone else is going to play and step up. And if he gets 20 through 3 quarters, you're going to beat teams rather handily. That's what I'd like to see. But we got to start hitting shots. Got to start hitting shots. Got to start knocking some stuff down here, right? But Orlando, I want us to come and bring that energy. To me, a lot of the issues that the Lakers have had is just that. It's just the lack of energy. It's not coming into games with that sense of urgency when you know that you have all these other teams that do. Every team you play is going to play you like it's everything, right? Because you're the Lakers. If you beat the Lakers, guess what? They're gonna be talking about you the next day on the media, right? All the media is gonna be talking about the Lakers and how they lost and this team, and they gave up 20 to friends or whatever. That's how it goes, right? So of course these teams want to lay it into the Lakers, because they know, hey, if we do that, then we're gonna be on television. We're gonna get the spotlight a little bit, right? We also get to beat the Lakers. It's what comes with the Lakers. Anthony Davis has looked great. Even in that Orlando game, he had 19 rebounds, right? If I'm not mistaken, he was 26 and 19. I mean, Anthony Davis, outside of the Denver game, or more so the second half of the Denver game, he's been fantastic. It's kind of been quiet, right? him and D'Lo both have kind of had, and I've had a lot of people kind of point that out. Like, man, like AD and D'Lo's, like, they're giving you like 25 each, and it's just quiet. But that's fine. I mean, look, quiet, loud, whatever. If Anthony Davis can give us 26 points a game, and it's the quietest 26 points you've ever seen, I'm okay with that because he's still giving you the defense. He's still giving you the rebounding. He's giving you all the things that you want. So you're going to win more games than not if Anthony Davis is doing that. If Anthony Davis is giving you the numbers that he's giving you this season. I mean, so far this season, he's giving you 26 points, 13 rebounds, 3.2 assists on 53.3% from the field goal. Like, that's great. We need that. And again, this is another matchup that Anthony Davis should absolutely dominate, right? He should be getting these, 25 and 15 games or 30 and 15 games against the Orlando Magic, right? If you were ever going to have a monster game like that, Orlando's one of those teams. They don't have anybody that can slow you down and stop you, right? So we need that from him. He's also giving you 3 blocks a game with 1.5 steals. The dude is playing A1. The guy is looking like an absolute monster out there. Quiet, loud, whatever, right? Got to lock down. Got to do this. Got to come out with that sense of urgency. Got to come out and really get these wins. These are the games that you're going to lose those random games here and there throughout the season. Again, 82 games. It's inevitable, but you need to win more of these than you lose by far. Like, these are the games that you show up for because you know if you just even remotely show up, you're going to win the game, right? So these are the games that you got to get those wins, because you know that you're going to have that slugfest against the Suns or the Bucks or the Nuggets or, whomever, the Sixers or the more upper echelon teams, right? It's these like middle of the pack, lesser teams. Those are the teams that you need to handle your business. Take care of business. Go get the win. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think Lakers need to go get this win in Orlando, go win our first road game? Got to win on the road. It's something that is important. It's something that's significant. Get 4-2 on the season. Start creating that separation and climbing up in the standings. Do you think like this? No, it's not that big of a deal, but we got to get the win. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below.